The clock tower in the twilight trembled in Lian's palm for the 7th time. The bronze gear stained the girl's body temperature and made a slight clicking sound. She stood on her feet and embedded the last piece of wind into the movement, and the wind chimes at the corners suddenly turned southeast together. That was the wind direction on the day her father disappeared. The moss suddenly swam into golden lines on the clock, and the rusty hour hand bounced back suddenly. The moment Lian staggered to hold the gear post, she smelled the most familiar smell in her memory: turpentine mixed with cornflower fragrance. The mechanical drawings all over the wall flew in front of her, and her father's oil-stained apron brushed the tips of her hair. "Little Lizzie, look good." Her 10-year-old father was squatting in the flower field and was tying a windmill hair rope to her braid. His toolbox was scattered in the lavender bushes, and the stopwatch was hanging on the branches of the hydrangea and swaying. Lian wanted to shout but couldn't make a sound. Her fingertips penetrated her father's rolled-up sleeves and only touched the floating light dust. The cherry blossoms suddenly climbed against the wind, and the shadow cast by the clock tower was like an inverted hourglass. The father turned to look at the 15-year-old Lian, and the silk pocket watch in the toolbox suddenly made a clear sound. He reached out and stroked the corners of the girl's moist eyes, and the parts in the toolbox began to decompose into stardust. Every gear has its own time and space. The bell shattered at the 12th ring, and the tool bag in Lian's arms rang heavily. She opened it and found that there was an extra bronze key, and the teeth marks completely coincided with the dusty secret box in the basement of the bell tower. The twilight wind passed through the newly built gear set, pulled her shadow into a long pendulum, and knocked out the sleeping song that her father often hummed on the bluestone slab.